Good evening, beautiful people. Listen, we're going to do a really quick meal tonight. How many of you had hamburger helper when you were little? Me. Did you like it? Probably not. But anyway, so to take the mystery out of what's in that box, we're going to create our own hamburger helper-ish type of meal. So here are the ingredients you're going to need. I'm going to turn this camera around. You guys know how that works with me. Okay, so I mastered the, okay, I didn't master it, but I turned the camera around. So here are the things that we're going to be using. As you can see, we have sour cream, we have some cream cheese, we have some ground turkey, some butter. Kerrygold butter is the bomb. It's a Irish butter. It's really, really good. It's grass-fed completely. We have some Parmesan cheese. We have some heavy whipping cream. We have some garlic, and I think I showed you guys this last time. It's my favorite thing to use, fresh, already peeled garlic. We have some egg noodles. We have some peas. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our turkey. We want to cook that first. Like a tablespoon of oil. Some of it went in there. Okay, so that's a little bit more than a tablespoon. So, I don't know, let's do about 2 tablespoons. Remember, we're not putting oil in a cold pan. I know some of you are like, I put oil in a cold pan all the time. And that's beautiful, that's great. But so one other thing, so when we put our turkey into the pan, it's absolutely okay if it's frozen. My ground turkey in the pan. It's starting to cook up a little bit. What I normally do, I will put a lid over my turkey. I'll put a lid over it. Let it cook a little bit. Let it cook a little bit, about maybe 5 minutes or so, and it'll start to cook on the bottom. Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, as your turkey is cooking, remember I said it's okay to put it in there froze. I'm gonna turn this heat down just a little bit. You want to flip it. You see how it's starting to brown, and you literally want to take a spatula and just kind of scrape down. Flip it over. As you can see, it's coming apart, I'm going to turn this heat down a little bit more. All right. So we have like a medium-low heat. Okay. Put the lid back on it. For about another 3 minutes. Flip it. Do the same thing until all of it's done. Okay, as you can see, I've been taking the lid off, flipping the turkey, the ground turkey, scraping it off. As you can see, some of the remnants in here. And you want to just keep doing that. Keep flipping it, scraping it off. Flip, scrape it off. And I'm not going to add salt and pepper at this very moment. I'm going to wait till I get it all to look like this. So then I can add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper, not a lot because you have other ingredients that have salt in it. So you just want to add a little salt and a little pepper. And as you mix your other ingredients again, remember I said you have to taste your food as you're cooking it. So once we start adding these other ingredients, that will be a good time to do that. Okay? Just a friendly reminder. Okay. So here's the tip. When your meat is browning, you want to take that meat that's done, that you've scraped off of the frozen, the brown part. You want to take that and you want to lay it back over the frozen part of the turkey. What happens is, because that's already cooked and it's hot, the heat from that, plus when you put the lid back on, the steam will help the frozen turkey thaw out that much quicker. That is the tip. Okay, as you guys can see, I chopped it up. It's only been about 3 minutes since I had the lid on it the second time. It's still raw, still not completely done yet, but putting that cooked turkey on top of it, it helped thaw it out a lot faster. As you can see, it's palatable. You can push down on it, and put the lid back on it because it still needs to cook, because you don't want to serve it like this because it's, as you can see, it's a little raw. Okay, as you can see, our turkey is done. It took all but 10 minutes maybe to go from frozen to look like this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our salt and we're going to add our pepper. Okay, so I'm going to start off with about that much salt, right? That's what I'm starting off with. Again, once we start mixing the other ingredients, you're going to want to taste it to see if you need more salt. Everybody's needs different ranges of salt. I don't want to say that how much salt I need is how much salt you need. That may not be the case. So we're going to add a little pepper. I'm one-handing it if you guys wonder what the deal is here. Okay guys, I added my pepper, didn't add a whole lot. You want to stir it in. Again, you might want to taste it a little bit to make sure you have enough season for yourself. We're going to turn the eye off, the stove rather, put a lid on it and let it sit. For our sauce, we're going to start with a medium-sized saucepan. Don't know if you can see the size. I think it's about an 8-cup saucepan. It's a medium size. Okay, for our sauce, we're going to start with a half a stick of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is a half of pack of cream cheese. We're going to go ahead and add that stick of butter. And you want it on a medium heat so that you can see it's melting. You don't want it to burn. So I'm going to watch it, let it melt down, add your cream cheese. As you can see, it's slowly melting, not, burning. And switch it around a little bit if you like. But remember, medium to low heat. Okay, so I don't usually measure, but I just figured I'd measure out this heavy whipping cream. We're going to use about 4 ounces of the heavy cream. We're going to use 2 tablespoons. This is a tablespoon. I don't use a measuring spoon all the time. Tablespoons of sour cream. We're going to use a dollop. So this is considered 1 dollop. So we're going to use 2 dollops that look just like that. 2 dollops. Got it? Good. All right, I said that the garlic was optional, so I decided to chop up my garlic and add that. I just used like 2 bulbs. It wasn't a whole lot. But if you want to add more, feel free. You're going to mix that in with your butter and your cream cheese mixtures. You can see it's melting nicely. Cream cheese definitely takes a little bit longer than butter to melt. But you're going to keep stirring it over that medium to low heat because you don't want it to burn underneath. So you're going to keep stirring it until it melts. It's going to take a little bit. Not real long, but it's going to take a little bit of time. But you definitely don't want that to melt. To burn. Go ahead and add your tarragon. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. As you can see, it's melting down more and more. Again, I can't reiterate enough, medium to low heat. Okay, you didn't have to stir as fast as I was stirring, but you want to keep stirring it nonetheless. And that also helps the cream cheese melt. And we already added that heavy whipping cream. If I didn't say that, but we added the heavy whipping cream to the mixture with the tarragon. And if you want to taste it a little bit, see if you need to add a little bit of salt or pepper, but you might want to do that. Okay, so one point I would like to make, as you notice, we are using heavy cream. We're not using milk, we're using heavy cream. Heavy cream, when you cook with it, and as you stir it and as it cooks, it actually thickens up. This way we don't have to worry about adding any flour or anything like that. You can use milk if you like, and you'll have a thinner sauce. So that's why we're using heavy whipping cream. Okay, so I added a handful of the Parmesan cheese. You want to add that to your mixture. You see how it's coming to a nice boil? You don't want it to boil any faster than that. Parmesan cheese mixes in it melts down pretty quickly, so you want to stir that. Continue to stir, and as you can see, there's nothing brown in there. That means nothing burnt. Continue to stir it at a nice boil for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Turn your eye off, let it sit. As it sits, it will thicken up. Okay, so now what we're going to do, while our turkey's done, our sauce is simmering. Well, not simmering, it's setting for the moment. We're going to start on our noodles. Now, I know, I'm hoping, maybe not, everyone knows this. You want to boil your water before you put your pasta in. Do not put your pasta in cold water or it'll be gummy. You just don't want to do that. So you want to boil your water, add a pinch of salt, and what I do with pasta, I add a little oil. So in this case, I just used that, the oil that we used for the turkey with the Parmesan cheese in it. I just added a capful of that into the water. Okay, so you can see, here's my pot, and it's a nice size saucepan. And you want to have adequate water. Adequate water. Make sure that you can cover the pasta. And if you find that you can't, add more water. But you want to let the water boil first. As I mentioned, I did a pinch of salt and I added a capful of oil. So you can see the little oil bubbles. This will help the pasta not to stick together. Okay, so I did a little cheat because remember I said the peas were optional? So I decided to add peas. If you don't want to add peas, you don't have to, but I decided to add peas. But what I did was, when my water first started boiling, I added the peas. So I added about a cup of peas, waited for about 10-15 minutes, and then added my pasta. All right. So as you can see, you see how my pasta looks? It's just about done. You want your pasta to only, once it starts boiling, the pasta starts boiling in the water, you only want to cook it for maybe about 10 minutes. You don't want it to be soggy. And the reason I did it this way is because I just wanted to cut down on time. Put it all in one dish. So when it's ready to, when I drain it, I'm straining the peas and I'm straining the pasta at the same time. So I don't know if you can see in between the steam. So I'm straining it now. You can see how the pasta looks. The pasta is not mushy. It's not mushy, it's not firm, it's a really good texture. You don't want soggy noodles because that defeats the purpose. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prepare the pasta and the peas to be mixed in with the ground turkey. So as you can see, I added some oil. I added the olive oil with the Parmesan once again. Now you can add butter if you like. I'm just big on trying to get good fats and you know, get good fats. So again, it's olive oil with some Parmesan cheese mixed in. And that's probably maybe about a quarter cup. You want to mix it in really well. I added a little bit of pepper and a little teeny bit of salt. And I just mixed it up really well. Okay, you want to mix it in with the ground turkey. Make sure you mix it good. I'm trying to mix it good. But anyway, make sure you mix it good. And here's the thing. You may not want to use all the pasta that you cooked. I didn't use all the pasta. Or you may. It depends. If you want more pasta, add more pasta. If you don't, add less pasta. I still have this amount of pasta left. And what I normally do with that, I can add some butter to it and save it for another meal. Take it to lunch. Next, we're going to add the cheese mixture. Make sure you mix it in well. Okay, so the reason why you probably noticed when I mentioned that I didn't add a lot of salt or anything to the turkey because the sauce it's pretty tasteful and it has enough, I think it has enough salt in it. So once you mix that in with your peas and your pasta and your turkey, you want to taste it because you may have to add more salt at that point or more pepper at that point or more tarragon, but you really have to gauge it. That's why it's important to kind of taste your food as you're cooking it. Okay, so we're almost done. We're going to go ahead and add an additional quarter cup of your heavy whipping cream, a handful of Italian blend cheese. That's optional. You're going to mix everything up really, really well. And then we're going to finish the dish off with a really nice dusting of your tarragon spice. The last step is I'm going to actually put it in the broiler because I want the top to get a little bit, just a little crunch to it. So I'm going to put it in the broiler for about, not even, maybe 3 minutes. Remember, you don't want to leave something in the broiler that your stuff will burn up. All the elements in the dish. Let me take it over here and see what we can see. This looks better. Yeah, this is a better picture. So, you see the cheese? And it's moist. You see the moisture in there? It's not dried out. You got a little bit of a crust, just a teeny bit of browning on the top. But the most important thing is it's moist. Okay, so there we have it. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. Okay, look forward to seeing you again.